Okay, we're back at it again. I watched part 5, so now we're gonna do a part 5 special. I'm joined
Woo!
again with D-Ross Mai. We're
Woohoo!
gonna we're gonna go through. He's gonna tell me what he thinks about each character and their stand, maybe what their stand's power would be. Part 5 has a lot of, I think, good material for us to work off of. All right.
Okay.
All right. So here, first character and his stand.
Okay. He got the hip new. He's part of the hip new trend, which is perpendicular hair curlers in the
Yep.
front.
Yep.
He sometimes likes to put small hot dogs in there as a snack for later.
Small hot dogs,
Um,
like big
and
in the
then he,
blanket.
yes. You know those. Okay, you go to the store, right?
Uh-huh.
And there's some product,
Uh-huh.
and for whatever reason, you may need to touch the product to know you want to buy it. So
Right.
they give you a little access hole through the plastic so you can touch it, as you may be able to piece together. I think that's what his clothing is going for.
Absolutely. He's got the titty window.
He also just bought a robot man.
Yeah, that's for yep,
Yeah.
yep. All right. That is our JoJo of part 5. Giorno Giovanna. Next
Oh, he's
character.
he's the
Yeah,
JoJo of
he's the
that?
JoJo. Yeah, yeah.
Like with Giorno's theme, like the
Yep, yep, that's Giorno. That's his
totally
theme.
thought he was the villain. Uh
You're fine.
okay. All right. No, why did it minimize? Come back, come back. Okay, here we are. Um he he's wants to both be like an off-brand soccer mom with that haircut and just a Dalmatian. And he really likes zippers. So
He
he bought
loves zippers.
he bought the zipper robot, different variety from the previous man's robot.
Different
And
variety.
then they have playtimes together sometimes.
Playtime. This is our main Joe Burrow, as they call it. Bruno Bucciarati with sticky fingers, or if you read the subtitles or watch it dubbed, it's Zipper Man.
Zipper
It's
man.
not as it's not as iconic as Sticky Fingers.
Why sticky fingers? Did he get his
Musical
fingers?
references.
Uh,
Zipper
I
Man
thought
is
he got his
kind of
finger stuck in the zipper.
Zipper Man. Yes. Oh, I didn't tell you everyone's powers. He can make a
Hmm?
zipper on a wall and then go through the zipper in the wall, and he can zip things together. He puts zippers on things. Gold
Okay,
experience here puts life in things. Like you see how he's wearing some ladybugs? He can
I
turn
see
that
that.
into a real ladybug.
Ah,
It's pretty much how it works. Here we go.
okay.
Another part of the gang.
He's like the male universe version of the Hex Girls from Scooby Doo.
Oh, I haven't thought
Uh,
about them in a long time.
and then what are we looking at here? He also got one of the robots from the same line,
This is like a
except
collection.
this is the exclusive time bomb one, and you open it up like like Pokemon cards, and like you get a rare one and you go poggers. See,
Uh-huh.
with this you open it and you see a low time and go poggers. Uh he
Okay.
he can also strain macaroni with both hands at the same time.
This is Leone Abacchio with Moody Blues. What he can do is he can go to a specific place and he can be like, okay, there was a person here 3 days ago, and then his stand goes and then turns into that person 3 days ago, and it plays out what they were doing there at that spot. It's pretty interesting.
That seems interesting. Okay.
He gets turned into a donut. It's pretty funny.
Hmm.
Here's one of
Uh
Best Boys. Little airplane is his stand.
who does that look like? I don't know who that looks like.
Latest
That's
season of Attack on Titan Mikasa.
yeah. I think the eye lines are giving me Attack on Titan vibes. See, when he went to the toy store, they were all out of robots, so he got stuck with the small plane. Uh, Thankfully though, this plane had guns and bomb, so it's even more destructive than the other ones. And it came with like two different skins for it. It's blue or red, and he likes that.
Yeah, this is oh yeah, Narancia. It's just with Aerosmith or Lil Bomber.
Little
Lil
bomber. Does
Bomber.
he have a little Uzi on there?
Okay.
um so in the Spider-Man movie when he's first becoming Spider-Man, he makes a really terrible costume and goes to that like underground fighting ring.
I haven't seen any Spider-Man movies.
Well,
You
this is
should know
it.
me by now. Is that it?
This is it. He also like went to Craig's Cruisers last weekend, and he didn't have a lot of tickets, but he was able to buy a purple plastic gun with them. Unluckily for him, though, they were cursed with little devil men who were numbered 1 through 7, even though there's only 6 bullet holes.
Yeah, which one's missing?
Wait, what happened to 4?
Well, you see, it's a long story, but 4 in the Eastern countries is like our 13, and this guy's really superstitious, so he doesn't like the
Ah,
number 4.
interesting.
You also missed out on making an Avatar joke because he's got an arrow on his hat.
Oh, okay. Is he gonna bullet bend?
Pretty much, actually. That's Guido
Sex
Mista.
pistols.
And the little dudes kind of ride a bullet, and then they can like kick it to each other so that the bullet changes paths, so that
Okay,
he don't miss.
interesting.
This is very hard to find
Oh,
pictures of this guy because he doesn't really do much, and his stand appears for one episode, and then he just kind of leaves. So this is
his
this is the best we got.
it looks like he's like okay, so he's like bald, right? Instead of getting a wig, he went to a LARPing prop store and got like a dragon foot and then spray painted it blonde and stuck it on his head. Then he also uh, he really what's the fear of holes thing?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I
Trip
I I don't I don't
one of
remember the
those.
word. Trip to something?
Yeah, trip the
Yeah,
phobia.
some. He really doesn't like people with that, so he just wears that to spook them. And then
I hate people who hate
I,
holes.
I don't know what's going on over there. He's just kind of a dude, but then he got a little stitched together there.
Yeah,
Maybe he like lost a toy as a kid, but then he found it, but it was missing its head, so he just like stitched on a real person's head instead, and then gave it armor so that it wouldn't get damaged again.
all right. That's Fugo, and you see those little circles on the stand's hands? That has
Yeah.
a virus, and it kills you pretty
Ah.
fast.
Okay.
That's the extent of his powers.
Interesting. Okay. Uh, Woman
Yes, very
with
rare to
boots.
see in JoJo's.
uh, she is most likely a math teacher, judging from her skirt. Uh,
Sure.
Apparel. She got the female robot from the Playtime robot line.
Oh, I see. I see.
She also has playtime with the other boys.
Cool.
Um,
Cool.
yes, and then are those like kunai on her waist? That's weird.
That is weird.
I don't
I'm not
know.
too sure.
Okay.
This is hello, Trish.
Trush.
Probably the worst
Spice Girl.
localized name. Just my name,
Spice Lady.
Spicy Lady. Very.
Spicy.
It doesn't work out very well. She's the daughter of the main antagonist and is not a math teacher. She is 15, and Spice Girl here turns things malleable. He touches something,
uh,
and it's
okay.
malleable now.
What if she touches something malleable?
More malleable.
Okay. This is Bigu Turtolu. He's got uh he's got a hole in his back. Two holes? Oh, it's a channel for that key thing, it looks like.
Yep.
Except when he doesn't have the key, he likes to keep a can of SpaghettiOs in there, along with something square and something longer.
That's like
uh
where the charging brick goes, and then the cord wraps around
yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
canal there. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Pretty versatile turtle.
exactly. He really likes B&E, so that's why he's got this key. One day he'll find where that key actually fits, but in the meantime it's pretty huge, so he just breaks things with it.
So we're looking at Coco Jumbo with his stand Mr. President, and if you were to look in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see
I
that there is a room inside of the key, and if you are
Oh, that's
to,
in the key.
that is in the
Okay.
key, that's in the red part of the key, and
Okay.
you can go in there.
How big is this turtle?
Not that big. You get shrunk.
Okay.
That's why the person looking at it is pretty big, but you get small when you go in the room.
Understandable. Oh, he's big.
Yeah,
He's a big man.
he is a big guy.
He's like that dude who got like the air nozzle in
The
his
air
ass,
pump
and then like his skin
actually just got
separated from
bloated.
his muscle. Yeah, this dude's just inflated. And then his nose is pointy for some reason. He's got pointy skin on his nose. And then the electrode thingies, his cap, is used to control his robot. His he's super rich, so he could get the mind controlled robot and do
Ooh,
quirky things with it.
quirky things.
Yeah,
Sportball with Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath um, is weak to sunlight, and he can jump between shadows.
interesting.
We're finally into the villains now. Those are all pretty
um,
much protagonists.
we got that's some weird hair. That's like oddly aerodynamic hair, and then
Looks like a cyclist's helmet.
he's got something's going on with his face. It makes me uncomfortable.
It
And then
should.
his man over here is like looking like Toa Liwa the Bionicle, but with a sword now. Yeah.
Yep, there we go. That's Mario. It's in Italy, so we got a bunch of Italian names.
Mario's red.
It's Luigi. Soft Machine. I see how he's holding a little pokey stick there.
I do see a
If he
pokey
pokes you with
stick.
that stick, you deflate.
He should meet up with that inflated guy.
Bro, that would be
It could really
interesting.
help him out.
That would be interesting. Here we go.
Sir, you got shot in the head. You're gonna die. And the neck. How are you still standing? Um, also has a Bionicle. It looks like. Looking at that mask
This one
there.
does look like a Bionicle. That is fair.
He got the teeth though, and he really likes he's like trying to catch that bullet, but he's just getting shot anyway, so nobody really knows why he's doing it now. And then he like quick Mangekyo switches places with the other guy, and then he gets shot instead. Now they're just both shot.
Fair, fair, fair. This is Mr. Arts and Crafts. Arts and Crafts is probably one of my favorite stands. It just freezes things in place, and then he
Okay.
can. It's like in Breath of the Wild, like the stasis
Oh,
thing,
the
and
stasis
then you
thing. Can
hit
you
it,
like?
and it builds
Ah,
up
I
energy.
see. I
That's
see.
what he's doing with the bullet because he caught the bullet, and then he's just tapping it so that it
Ah,
shoots back at the person. It's pretty cool. I really like
interesting.
this guy. He was one of the main antagonists of the Hitman Squad. It was very
We
hard
got.
to find pictures of his actual stand. That's in the bottom right, but it in action is the poor man with razor blades in his mouth.
He again looks like a character that I can't remember now. Who's got that? And then they like don't have a shirt. That's bothering me. Okay, he's got dangly things on his little hood there. So he must be like a jester, but like Death's jester. but then
Mm.
he also was like strapped into an airplane and then fell out but never took off the seatbelt. And then for some reason he went to like a bargain like closeout store where they just have a bunch of like stuff for really cheap, and he just bought all their razor blades and he just kind of throws them around now.
All right, all right. This guy, his stand just pretty much, I don't know how to say it, transmutes iron, I guess. It can control iron pretty much and make
D-
it like take different shapes. And
does
so
he
he
need a circle?
no, no, he does not need it. He can
He's
do
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah, he can clap. um, he can take the iron from someone's blood and turn it into razor blades, which is what's happening to poor guy up there.
Magneto?
Is that? I don't really know anything about. Is
Yeah.
that X-Men?
In X-Men,
X-Men.
they were
See?
keeping him in a plastic prison because no metal. And
Oh,
then,
all right.
oops, somebody had too much iron for breakfast, so he took it all out of them and made it into two iron balls and broke out.
Hmm. Smart, smart.
Mhm.
This guy's a
This is just
fucking
like a.
loser.
He just looks like some back alley like drunk person. He's not even like, I don't know. He just looks like a dude,
Yeah,
and he got like the really like
he got
old
the knockoff
shitty
robot.
robot. Yeah, but like he says it's retro, so it's cool then. He also trapped a cat in a bottle for some reason. He's just kind of the worst.
He is the worst. He just has a cat in a bottle. I don't.
How do you get it in there?
Oh well, I will explain to you. He probably has to use his stand. He's got the little green claw there, and if he hits you with that,
Hmm.
it takes a very long time, but you gradually get smaller until you don't exist.
Oh,
But he can also like reverse it if he just like withdraws his stand. It's like, I'm big again. They
interesting.
don't really expand on why he puts his cat in a bottle. Now that I'm
So
thinking
he can't
about
get
it.
out.
Okay. This one I probably should have found some better images of his stand, but it's right there.
He's
It
like
doesn't really show it. So whatever. Okay, go on.
I think he's like a brony, you see, because
You know, he does
he's
give
just this
brony vibes.
grown ass dude, but then he's got like 3 to 4 pigtails, and he's giving me like 6-year-old vibes. And then I don't know what's going on with his man over there. He's like a visually impaired bald owl. Uh, um, is it coming out of a mirror or like a piece of sheet
It
metal?
is. That is a mirror.
Something. Is that a mirror? Okay, I think this is like the what's the thing? You like say Bloody Mary in a mirror 3 times. Like
That
it's
would make
something
for a pretty
similar to
good
that,
stand.
except that this thing just comes out instead, and you just don't know what to do with it because you're just confused.
This is Man in the Mirror, and
Hmm.
if if he's in a mirror and you walk past the mirror, he can drag you into the mirror world,
The
where you're all
Mirrorverse.
alone
Okay.
in the mirror world.
Ooh.
This is one of the
Um.
stands where when I saw it, I thought this franchise is going downhill because it's going to take me like 5 minutes to explain how this thing works, and it's not even that interesting. But go ahead.
He's he's got like he likes chokers, so that's his fashion statement. Uh, and then
Would you snap his choker?
yes, I would.
All right, heard it
And
here
then
first.
see if you need to battle this man, he's not very exceptional, but his little robo pal looks pretty formidable. But as long as you got like a healthy dose of pocket sand, you're a okay. Because that would
Just
do
throw
a
sand
number on those
inside.
eyes.
This is prosciutto with Grateful Dead. Grateful Dead makes people age a lot. They turn old, and it can
Okay.
discriminate between body heats of males and females, which means that you need to be a little bit cold if he's going after men because they're a little bit hot. And boy, does he want a girl, and he wants to make men old, so they got to stay colder.
Interesting. I love discrimination.
Absolutely.
What the? So like, okay. See, the Koopaling Iggy.
I do. I do.
He really liked his hair, and the body type Pickle Rick. This man must be the smartest man on earth because he became Pickle Rick, but he also had a soft spot for Iggy Koopa. And man just likes to fish. He's an outdoorsman. What can you say? He that fur thing he's wearing caught it himself right out of the pond.
He caught a coat out of a pond. That's Pesci with Beach Boy, and this stand's pretty cool. He can cast it through solid objects and kind of like control the line. And he can, if
Okay.
something's on the line, he can be like, "Oh, it weighs this many kilograms, so it's probably this person," or something like that. It's pretty cool. He has a cool fight.
Interesting. Uh
So we've got user on the left, we've got kind of his stand in the middle, and its power is activating on the right there.
okay. So this is like a weird like street punk hipster scientist dude?
Yes,
Is that a
dude. That
dude?
is a
Okay,
dude.
okay. He's got a little Viola. We're gonna call that blood. He just likes looking at it, no particular reason. Named it Jeffrey, takes it around with him. As for his like robot man, he like I don't know. He likes typing, that's for sure. He likes typing so fast that he wanted the typer to be able to type on itself, so he gave it fingies, and now it's a robot, but also a typewriter.
Robot
And then
typewriter.
hmm?
Robot typewriter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we over there you see once he types, if he types anything, its magic power is to just French fry the people and to put them into a small cabinet, and then that's it.
French fry is a verb.
And they're French fried.
There's Maloney with Babyface. This is also one of the stands where I thought this franchise is going downhill. He takes a person, gets a sample of their blood, puts it in a laptop. That person's personality infuses with the stand, so now the stand has that personality, and the laptop kind of turns into a person, and then he goes out and does the user's bidding, and if he hits you, you turn into cubes. He turns things into cubes. He can turn many things into cubes. Turn anything into a cube.
Can he turn a cube into a cube?
I bet he can. It probably wouldn't be that difficult, seeing as how it's already a cube.
He's probably pretty good at Minecraft.
He is. He is probably pretty good at Minecraft.
That's some hair.
That is some hair.
He
His
like
stand is the white part of him in the second image.
okay. I'm thinking it's he saw like the like Gorilla Glue person, and he was like, "What if I do that, but combine it with blue food coloring and then make it swirly?" So he did.
And he's
And
rocking
then
it.
yeah, he's also very uh anti-technology, but still needs to have a cell phone for work. So he uses like the earliest model he can possibly find.
Part 5 takes place in 2001.
So he really likes technology and has a cell phone already. um and then he saw like a pre-release of Incredibles by Pixar and really liked Frozone. And that's what we're working with. He's an expert cosplayer.
That's his power, is to cosplay people.
To cosplay, yeah.
Cosplay people.
Hmm.
His stand flash freezes things, and he can also kind of just control it. And his stand, I think it manifests as the armor. I'm pretty sure, because that is like armor he's wearing. It's very resilient, and it has skates,
Okay.
so he can flash freeze the ground and then go really fast.
Mm.
Yeah. Very difficult to find a picture of just this guy because he fights at the same time as someone else, and they're just kind of together and awkwardly rubbing each other's biceps. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
He's I don't know what's going on. He's like he's like a popular athletic person in high school because like they got the long hair, but also the really thick headband going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got the like he's really into Pokemon, right? And he wanted to get a Steelix robot, but he's also kind of stupid and didn't realize he was buying a knockoff one. And it turns out he got Steelix Shark instead. And then it fell into soup.
It
And
fell
then
into
that
soup.
it fell into soup. That caused somebody to exclaim, and I quote, "There's a shark in my soup." End quote.
This is Squallow with Clash. It's a shark and it can jump between water, but it can't be out of the water because it's a shark.
But if it jumped between the water, it wouldn't have been out of the water.
No, it teleports between the water.
Of course.
Yes,
How foolish.
yes, but only within a certain range, of course, because you don't want it
Interesting.
traveling all over the place. And he can go in
Nah.
soup because part of soup is a liquid.
Part of soup is a liquid.
Here's the guy that he fights with, and boy, was it difficult to find a picture of his stand that didn't look stupid because of what it does. But it's there. You can see it.
Okay, so that man, nothing too special about him. He wanted to be a little quirky by like dyeing his hair, maybe. Also, having the headband thing like the other guy. And then that second picture there is like POV your tongue when the second pizza roll's about to hit.
The second pizza roll. This is there we go. Tiziano with talking head. He takes control of your tongue and makes you lie, which is very
Interesting.
difficult if you're trying to point out where the enemy is.
Understandable. Have you heard of Roblox?
I have heard of Roblox.
Okay, so this guy has also heard of Roblox. In fact, he is Roblox, and he got isekai'd. He got isekai'd into the world of JoJo from Roblox, and he really wants to know how to get home. His dick is also just so huge that he split the front of his pants. What is okay? He he maybe that's like you can get a bag of like Welch's fruit snacks that are just the strawberry ones.
Mm-hmm.
I think he just chewed that up a lot and now they're really sticky and other people find that a bit icky.
It's pretty good. Let's see.
Notorious big.
Notorious Big activates when Karn gets killed, which is why he has a 5-second screen time about, because he just walks up to the squad and they're like, "We're gonna kill you," and then he keeps walking and then he gets killed. His stand is automatic. It attacks things that move.
Ooh,
If you move too much, he'll attack you, and I think he like kind of steals your nutrients, sort of deal. I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
interesting. Okay.
I
So
think
he's
if
just
he
a weed.
if he eats things, he just kind of gets a little bit bigger, which is why he kind of takes down an airplane.
We live in a society. He he's from like somewhere with cactuses. So he was able to get the regionally exclusive cactus robot. Little does he know, he also has mini volcanoes all over his body because he's just that hot.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Uh, yeah.
His name is Chocolata, and his stand produces a mist that turns you into mold if you travel downward. If you travel upward, you're fine. If you ever go down, you get turned into mold.
If the Made in Abyss people ever encountered this in the abyss, they would be screwed.
They would be. They would be quite mold. Here's his friend. His stand doesn't really manifest, so I tried to make it as clear as possible what his power could possibly be. which I'm
Uh,
sure you'll get right away.
he found uh he found a really tight-fitting burlap sack, and then he had some pipe cleaners lying around and attached them to the sack. And miraculously, nobody knows why, this lets him just make holes and go through them. And that's what he does now. That's his full-time job. 5 figures a year. He's got a pretty good life.
Just going through
Making
holes.
holes. Yeah, it's going through holes.
I mean,
Paid by hole agency.
you're not too far off. You can pretty much just swim through solids.
Dude, is he part of Hole Alive?
Whoa, that was funny.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. Okay.
uh he's got why is I don't like that. Okay, so we've got eye, right?
hmm
And then we've got eyebrow.
We have eyebrow.
But then there's a little piece of presumably skin between eye and eyebrow that's just not the same color.
Never
That's
realized
not how
that.
that works. um moving to the right then, he's like he's just got a big ball and he likes sitting on it. So that if someday he's ever asked to sit on a sphere for a long period of time, he's prepared. And it looks like that's convenient because he might be able to turn people into spheres and maybe he'll sit on them. Who knows? So now he's prepared to sit on them.
So this is Rolling Stones, and I literally had to look it up because I didn't remember what it did. It finds people that are about to die, and then it follows them around, and it chisels itself in a way that shows the person what they look like when they die, pretty much.
Okay.
And then the person dies because they were close to dying, and then it goes on to the next person.
Interesting.
So here is main antagonist number 1. He does not have a stand. Well, stand is in the next one.
Hey, dumbass, that's not a phone.
He would not believe you, believe it or
Okay.
not.
So, okay. He's like he's really just trying to make a phone call. His wife is home sleeping, doesn't remember if he left the stove on, so he's just trying to get a hold of her. But he forgot his phone. So he thinks that phones, you just hold them up to your ear and they work. So if he holds something else up to the ear, maybe it could become a phone. So he tried his ice cream. He tried the frog. Little forehead man couldn't help either. He also really thought the frog was work. They were banking on that one. And then, uh-oh, they found a baby.
That's
And
just
that
him as a
baby
baby.
knows what's about to happen to him.
So this is Best Boy Doppio. He has multiple personalities, and to communicate with his other personality, he has to use a phone. But he's also not too bright, but he can use other things as a phone. He makes the ringtone himself, and then picks up the phone. It's pretty funny.
Interesting. I hope he
So
doesn't come in contact with any baking soda. That
why would
might
that
be
be?
pretty disastrous for him because he's vinegar.
Oh wow, he's gonna
Uh,
explode?
yeah.
Nice. So next character is his other personality. It's the main antagonist.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh,
Tell me about
okay.
him.
Um. So he's like he's like the founding member of the Mall Ninjas. And then he somehow decided to like dye parts of his hair and then dye other parts of his hair circles. And for some reason that stays intact and still looks like circles. He's also got See, he's heard of overalls, but he thought those were kind of lame. So he got whatever that is, and it's like super duper muggy evolved overalls.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then his little man there, he really liked Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a kid. So he made his own robot and then like somehow went to the Turtle universe, got one of the little Krang boys, and stuck it in his forehead. He loses points for authenticity though, since the Krang is in the forehead and not in the torso.
Hmm. All right.
Hmm.
All right. This is Diavolo with King Crimson. King
Hmm.
Crimson can skip forward 10 seconds in time, so if you look at the
Okay.
top right picture, he's getting shot, but he knows he's about to get shot, so he skips forward in time, and the bullets are already past him by the time time resumes, so he never got shot. That's pretty much
Interesting.
how it works. And
Okay.
I failed to write it down, but he's got a little kind of mini stand that's a little dude on his forehead. And
Ah.
when he skips forward in time, well, no, it's whenever he wants to, really. He can just kind of like see a premonition. It's like, okay, I'm going to punch this person and they will die. And then he punches that person and they die.
Huh.
He's a very good antagonist, and I wish he had a better fight because he was pretty much overpowered, and they had to kind of give an ass pull to beat him. But I
Understandable.
like him a lot. And that does conclude it. We conclude with the main antagonist.
Ooh.
I
Okay.
sure hope you had some fun. Sure hope you saw the beauty of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I hope you
I
pick
saw
it up one
something.
day. You saw something. Now that I've spoiled literally every single part
Hmm.
for you, um,
Yeah.
or at least every part that's animated. So
Hmm.
that'll wrap it up.
Interesting.